Hello? Hello? How is everybody today? I don't know if you can hear it, but Robert is still involved in his golf. And I am stuck on a new machine. Yes. Okay. I will be right back.
We've got people from everywhere today. My goodness. We've got Michigan, Utah, Texas.
Is that a flyby?
Hello? I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here. Who's on? We got Ruth, Terry, Vicky, Beverly. How are you doing? Cheryl Hardcastle, good to see you. Patsy. PAB. Norwalk, California. Welcome. Carol Gammon, Louise. Peggy Bunch, how are you? Hey, Karen. Okay. What happened? We had something happen here.
I'm stuck.
Something happened. She's stuck. I don't know if she got glued to the floor or what's up.
I know you guys never get stuck. But I'm trying to load the next pattern. And I have a pattern loaded. And I'm stuck. Because I'm like, okay, now how do I load the pattern? Bueller?
Hey, Phyllis, how are you doing?
Claire?
Take comment off somewhere else. You're taking half the screen.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, Phyllis. Tell us a little bit about more what you're seeing there.
Phyllis, are you what Facebook page are you watching from?
Miss Burkett, how are you doing tonight?
Select all. And
Back to school here.
delete. Yes. Delete. Yes.
All right, did we do a test?
We have not. Nipple,
right.
else, bells, ladies. Just our cycle.
So how is Facebook, YouTube, sound, picture, all that good stuff?
Let us know. I got kind of a late start today.
When all else fails, yeah. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
We're doing that now.
Right. YouTube's good. Thank you, Patsy. Appreciate it greatly. Good on YouTube. Thank you, Beverly. Lana, how are you doing? Facebook's good. Cheryl, thank you.
11. Oh, it's pretty.
Well, Joan, how are we doing? Who are we?
We are Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, Sewing Machines Express, and Quilt Sampler. Here, I can just...
Right? Hold on. We got Shorty here.
I think if you tilt it.
Oh, sorry. Hello. All right. There we go.
The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, quiltsampler.com, and QHQ2.com. We are working on week 11.
11. Nice.
Of
the embroidery sew along.
Just Flowers by Lunchbox Quilts. And I'm behind the 8 ball today. We need a new thread of the month.
Okay.
And we have a giveaway every week, so all you have to do to be entered in that is to comment, say something, say hello. I like that. If that doesn't work, drop back 5 yards and punt. So I have 2. So let's get started. You actually, here, let me refocus you guys to the machine.
Northwest Ohio.
And we will open our, I like that they gave you a whole, so usually we have our embroidery, sewing, lettering. They gave us a whole thing for the USB stick. And we are doing number 11, which I think is kind of pretty. So, not making any modifications. I'm just going to hit that, and then it's going to tell me to move freely. So it's going to test the embroidery arm, and then attach an embroidery hoop. And I did not go in and change the hoop because it's going to recognize this hoop. And now I have the giant hoop. So that's kind of cool. Where is my pattern? Which one are we sewing? Not that one. This one.
Hopefully all
Not
for the
that
good,
one either.
right, Peggy?
This one. So, if we look at our pattern, it's placement stitch for flowers, cutting for flowers, inner petals, cutting, placement, cutting. Vines and leaves is our first actual embroidery. So we're going to do that in the green. And we figured out how to turn down, but I just...
That's all right. There was a setting in there basically, and you... In the 990, you've got a couple settings in there for the embroidery arm, lights,
Can't we do that from
the sewing,
here?
and
No.
the, I would just keep going
Okay.
for now. And then there's also a setting to turn the tablet lights down. So there's 3 different settings to play with to your liking.
So let's get it threaded. I do really like the vertical thread. I missed a spot.
And enjoying the larger bobbin, I think, too. You
Absolutely.
You haven't had to play as much bobbin chicken lately.
Always playing bobbin chicken. I think it's kind of like the story of my life.
So here at Quilters, this is Customer Appreciation Week, which actually starts on Friday and goes through Saturday. If you're in the area, come by, have a water, some cookies, talk to the instructors, see what's new out there in the sewing world and what discount you may want to take advantage of.
Okay, so point to note, and this is not just with this machine, this is with all machines that have an automatic threader. Your automatic So start over and do it again. And like magic, boom, there it goes. Okay, so we are ready to start doing our placement stitches. So let's go. Have you worried there for a second?
Hey Barb, hey Linda. Hey, Mrs. Cranford. Thank you for the welcome back. Joan, do we have discounts for customer appreciation for the online people then as well?
Of course
Do we have the
will.
coupon code? So we're
We
not.
will.
So we wanted to make sure that you guys have something as well in the online world, or our remote viewers. So there will be some codes for you guys to use to take advantage of the discounts for customer appreciation. Because without you guys on the internet as well, and our in-store customers, we wouldn't be here. So take advantage coming up on Friday and Saturday.
And then we have some new kits.
And then we may be able to do like a little short live during the customer appreciation possibly, so you guys can see some of the instructors and just kind of what's going on in the store. So you might be able to check in throughout your day. You're in different time zones. So we look forward to seeing you. Joan is off looking for some new kits that we got in. So let's check in on some sewing here. Waiting for Hurricane Debbie. Tornado watch all day. Yeah, the weather is just a little bit bonkers, wouldn't you say? I mean, this weather pattern this whole year has just been pretty strange. We've had a lot of tornadoes and big storms come through here as well. What happened? Hold on. Joan needs she needs a towel or something. She's been doing some running, a little Olympics action.
I don't know which one you like.
Well, it's I don't know. We can do thread of the month now if you want.
No, I was picking.
So
And there was a reason that I was picking the one that I was picking.
well, then pick that one. This
Oh, Bob and Chicken and I failed.
Hey, Kitty, how are you? Oh man, Bob and Chicken, and you lost?
I lost in Bob and Chicken.
Oh no. We're going to need to charge this camera because it has no battery. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
So we need power.
Okay, let me get the back on there.
Well, stay safe and keep an eye out, Beverly, because those things just kind of change before you know it. All right, Joan, are you unchickened?
I'm unchickened. I thought I was playing, but I just skipped some stitches.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter at this point because
Maybe a tip here. What do you think?
depends on. So if there's a tip, it would be don't worry about it on your placement stitches. And so I've got 2 flowers, and I'm going to trim them my fabric just a little bit to conserve. And I'm just going to guess. Not that color.
Hey, Kathy, how are you doing?
This color.
How did the surgery go? Are you doing okay? Recovering? Maybe you'll be able to recover to your sewing room. Can you imagine if all surgery recovery was in your sewing room?
Oh, man. I feel like I would be.
You know what? This is a great idea. This is an idea. I don't know if it would work, but safety,
Okay.
of course, right?
Color number 1. And number 2. I love these batiks because you get so much variation in the petals.
We're going to be a little stationary with our camera today, Joan, because
Go.
Here we go.
Okay. Hopefully soon. I hope so too. Let's push the go button, or the go faster button. Kathy, I hope you have a speedy recovery. I'm waffling on our color of the month, and you guys can help me pick. So this would be color number 1. It is 4140, and this would be color number 2. This is dark navy, and I'm kind of wanting to go with the dark navy because, believe it or not, the Coast Guard has a birthday this month. They're 235 years old. And in honor of our Coast Guard, who keeps us safe from all kinds of threats in the ocean.
What's the name of it?
This is dark navy.
Dark navy. Okay.
So what do you think? Color number 1 or color number 2? For the color of the month. Right. Weigh in and let me know.
So the Wedgwood idea came to me because I was talking to a customer. We were talking about doing this particular project, and it had a little more Wedgwood feel to it, okay. And so it popped in there.
So you picked it out, and then I just kind of overruled what you were doing. One or two?
That's probably good.
Dark navy. So 1 vote for dark navy.
I got 2 votes for navy and 2 votes for number 1.
2 for number 1, number 2. It's leaning towards number 2. And I'm going to do the same thing. This one. Dark navy, always navy. Number 2. So it looks like it's going to be dark navy. I'm thinking in honor of the Coast Guard, but it could just because we like dark navy too.
I think it's a good color.
It is a good color.
Cohesive.
There you go.
We do appreciate the Coast Guard and all of the things that they do for us.
Folks, sometimes we are the most disorganized show on the internet. Welcome.
Well,
hey Norma, how are you?
I can show you
number two. Everybody's got the dark navy. That's the one.
Oh,
go any further.
Nope, that's okay. So this is our cutting table. And so just with this really, looks like we're all together project, that's the behind the scenes where, it was clean before I started. And there we go. And we're done with our first color.
Nice.
We're just standing here looking at each other going, huh. And you know what I didn't get?
Do you want to show some of the past blocks? Because I think that's what we've sewn so far.
Will you do that while I go get applique scissors?
Okay. So here's one. This was a couple weeks ago. I like this. It came out here. It's really nice. So we'll go through these while Joan is looking for the applique scissors. This one came out pretty good. I like that one. Is that okay? You like that one?
I like that one too.
I think the colors came out really good on this one as well. And then I'm just in the way now.
You're not.
There you go. So if you haven't got a recap of this project or you're sewing along, some of the colors you're using.
And you should go ahead and send us some pictures of the ones that you're doing.
Yeah, you can send those pictures into support@quiltershq.com. And we will upload them and share them with the world. A little bit of joy. This one came out really good, I think. The colors just worked really well on it. I actually like this one too. You don't, Joan, do you see very much of the teal and the pink, how that came out with the batiks in it?
I do like that one.
So.
But it's okay to say you're just a fan of the teal.
I am a fan of the teal. It's a beautiful one too. Oh, so Kathy wants a cutting table, so I gotta go to, where do I gotta go? South Dakota or something to install a cutting table?
Like this one?
They're custom built, you know.
Yeah.
Might take me a day or two.
Robert built this one for us.
So we're recapping what we've sewn so far.
While I'm trimming.
Janet, welcome to the show. We need your commentary, so hop in there. This one's really nice too. Colors came out really, I mean, just what you can do with batiks is.
Well, I love using batiks with applique like this, machine applique, because they don't fray.
They don't fret or fray. Say that 3 times fast.
You said it first.
I know. Or a week or a month. No, I'm faster than that.
Okay.
And the last one there.
And I unthreaded
So a little
machine.
bit of inspiration there. So how many more weeks do we have left on this one, Joan?
We're pretty good. We're getting pretty close
Alright.
to being finished.
I did want to let you know that Forrest has made the comment on our page that we have not used the top icon yet.
Okay.
Just let me
Next
know.
time we're down at Quilt Sampler, we will icon something out.
We have 3 weeks left.
3
of this
weeks.
project.
Okay.
So I'm going to have some catching up to do. I'm just laughing because I'm talking to you. Forgot the fancy scissors and they are so cool.
Yeah,
Yes, I
Janet's
did.
give you some commentary there. Hey, Cecilia, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I had to run for them, but I couldn't run back because I was carrying scissors.
Yep.
Can't do that. And this floor is kind of...
Yeah, no, you don't want to be. You don't want to be running on this floor.
And I don't have the right shoes for running anyway, so... I think this is going to be a pretty block. Hi, Cecilia. Welcome. So Forrest is on with us. That's cool. We do have actually that icon is going to be on sale too. So it's been there a minute. We do like to turn our floor models. So if you're thinking about a embroidery machine, if this has you inspired, I would go down to Quilt Sampler and talk to them about that machine. And then the machine that I had at home, we brought it in, the Epic 2. So it's in the store if you want to come in and try that one out. It's at Quilters HQ.
We will have some specials for customer appreciation too. So.
We will. So while we're just watching that machine go, now let me grab the coat.
Hey Cindy, welcome to the show.
So this is a project we did in the store 2018, 2019? Somewhere in there.
Yeah, anyway, somewhere in there. I got it. If you want to stand up there and talk about what you want to talk
And
about.
so this is called Flurry by Slice of Pie Quilts, and the only sewing that you have to do is to seam this together. This is a fusible project, and it's super easy, and you can put it down. So we have kits for it, and I'll tell you about those in just a second. I'm going to go back to my project here, and
Amber Coffee, welcome to the show. Yes, the 990s are starting to come in. We still have not seen our shipment yet, but they are expected this week.
soon you might be
Hey Kathy,
sewing-
welcome to the show.
You might be sewing on your own little.
That's right. You might be doing, yeah.
And when you figure out how to delete your embroidery design, call me.
Amber, that's your first project on your new machine. Call Joan, tell her how to delete her project.
Yeah.
It's probably just the undo button.
No, I tried that one, but I do love the undo button.
The
That
undo
is
button.
awesome. All right.
As we're
So
all
again,
learning the new machine together.
so we have put together a kit and included the Hot Fix adhesive in it. I did this as an AccuQuilt project. You can do it too. You do need all of the circle dies. There's like 4 different circle dies. We don't have all of them here that you need for this. Otherwise, the pattern writer included pretty common shapes that you can use, like but AccuQuilt is so much better. If you decide you want to use AccuQuilt with this kit, let me know. I have a cheat sheet for it, for which dies go to which pieces. And otherwise, this is a really super fun and easy project. So the kit is 200. It's not. It's $174.99. So comes with the backing. Also has binding, or not backing, background. Wow, doing words good today. I'll tell you why. I had to go to the airport and get my global entry card name changed. Those are not friendly people. And then, so you're in an outside office. They don't have anybody in reception, so you can't go, hey, I'm a walk-in because I'm just doing a name change. And so I'm just sitting there waiting for somebody to come to the door so that I can tackle them and say, hey, I'm just doing a name change.
Tackle at you as customer.
Well, you know what I mean. Interrupt their day. And so I'm sitting there, and it's like 7 guys with automatic rifles and protective gear, personal protective gear, come walking through. So I guess somebody that was trying to get the global entry was not a good person.
Not a candidate.
So then 2 people came back out, and I never did see the guy that went in or the other guys with all of the rifles.
Maybe they just have an escape hatch or something.
They went out another way. and probably in handcuffs, but anyway. So that was an eventful morning, and highly not recommended. So, and I couldn't make an appointment because it's just a name change, so they don't actually have a path on their website to make an appointment for that. So you just have to go there and wait and sit in the little area where everybody's gathered, and then be that person who's like, oh, excuse me, I just have a question.
So you interrupted the Kumbaya circle that was going on there.
I did.
The flow at the
And then I'm getting,
office.
stink
there.
eye from everybody going, why are you butting in line? We're all sitting here.
But it took you 2 minutes.
I know. And then I sat there for like an hour. So
was an interesting start to the day.
It was an interesting start. So they only work.
But you got it.
I did. I got it updated, so I am safe to travel again.
Hey Cheryl, how are you? Welcome to the show.
It was an exciting morning at the airport, and I didn't think we were supposed to have guns at the airport, but
Well, U.S. Customs and Border
the
can
Border Patrol
have guns.
can have
Yes.
them.
Yeah,
Well,
they're allowed.
It seems like overkill if nobody else has them.
Well, you know.
Maybe be like the Brits with the little baton, and I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Maced 4 people today.
I maced 4. That sounds awful.
So what's special about these particular scissors that you're using?
They're
You
curved.
might show those. And so what helps with the curve as you're trimming?
So normal scissors, right? Normal scissors. And so these are meant to be like this, and these are meant to be like this. So
you can kind of get down in your hoop. And the Bernina hoop is pretty nice, this new hoop.
yeah,
So it's not quite as much.
and I have to be
You
a
can
little
see
bit
how
more.
that trimming's kind of going. I can't do a lot with the camera, but it's okay. Yeah.
And I'm being a little more careful.
Buffalo Gal, welcome to the show. Topeka, my hometown. What's the August thread? So we did have a vote there while you were hopping on, and the color came out to be dark navy. Did we post the color number?
We did not.
I will momentarily.
All right, we'll get that color for you, Buffalo Gal. I don't think Joan took any selfies in there. I don't even know you can take pictures in there. It's probably not safe.
Well, I didn't want to risk it because they have
Apparently they have weapons.
armed people there.
Color of the month, Buffalo Gal, is
Well, it's dark navy.
going to be dark navy, and that's color 2785. Right, it's kind of 2785, I think.
Yep.
2785, and you get this fantastic box if you're joining the club.
It's $20 to join the club.
Oh, you guys are mistaken. This is called very dark.
Oh, very
Very
dark,
dark
navy.
navy.
Okay. Well, it's a beautiful color.
I'm going to move over here to the table. You can come over if you want. Because I've already done a little bit
You're
of
good.
thing.
You're good.
Need some extra glue to fix my little thing because I kind of snagged my. There we go. It's all going to be covered up. with
We should
embroidery.
hashtag Elmer's Children's Glue because we use a lot of it around here, and it's good stuff.
I started using it.
And it washes.
It does. It rinses out with water. And it's the kids' glue, the kind that they can eat. You know what I'm talking
Not
about.
recommended, but
There's always that one kid in the class that ate the paste.
I know. That's why I'm here now.
That was you.
I was the one eating the glue paste, probably.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
I don't know.
But I started doing sewing and embroidery and stuff like this before YouTube was a thing, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I did. It was in the early 2000s,
Yeah,
and
it was-
YouTube wasn't around until 2005.
Yeah, it was well before that.
So I had to learn a lot of these things on my own, and embroidery was really becoming a thing for the home market, and we were using things like coffee filters as stabilizer because nobody made stabilizer unless you wanted to buy like a 300-yard roll for like the commercial people who were using, which I did, but there wasn't a lot to do for stabilizer, and it was just really an awful kind of experience. And so this is much better, but I never did let go of my buddy, Mr. Elmer.
He's got a question for you. She
Okay.
wants to know if you used green thread for the flowers too.
I did, and the reason I don't change my thread, what I do is when I go through the pattern and I'm looking at the order for sewing, I actually figure out what my first embroidery stitch is going to be, and in this one it is the green leaves, or the leafy vine. And that's the color that I load up, because all of this green thread, I'll get really close so you can see, green thread is going to be covered up by the embroidery stitches. So don't bother.
Good idea, yeah.
Changing your thread for every placement and tack down stitch. Waste of time. So on our list, our first fill is the vines and leaves. But I think my next placement stitch is leaves for these two leaves, or 4, 3, and then the first fill stitch is the vines and leaves. So that's why I loaded the green thread, and that's what I'm using. So we don't, well, I got the center flower too, which Robert liked the teal so much, so let's just do a teal center in our pink.
It did come out really well. It blends, it just kind of fits in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna...
And we've got some fabric left, so why not just use it? What do you guys think?
And Mr. Elmer.
Smash up the like button, Mr. Elmer.
I don't know why there's a cow for Mr. Elmer.
We're going to use them, though, in our project.
Sharon Blizzard says hi.
Hello, Sharon. Me too. Love teal.
And there's 1 and 2. I think the teal will be a good combination with the purple and pink.
We got you.
Ooh, stop
We got you on the list, Stephanie.
and cut. I don't know if you can tell if this has ever happened to you, but my flower just kind of folded over.
You got a flop over piece or something?
I do. I have a flop.
Like trying to invade some other piece?
I have a flop over flower. It's a floppy flower.
Well, it's soon to be flattened back out again.
It is. And again, don't worry about it if this happens to you at home.
Why not? That could be a panic moment.
Because all of these stitches are going to be covered by the embroidery. And I'm just trying to get it separated enough. There we go. And I'm not going to back tack or go back and redo those stitches again, because as far as embroidery, those don't really count a lot. So Robert's sitting here laughing at me. We're not going to get very far tonight. We've done a lot of yapping and not a lot of sewing, it seems like.
Well, you know. Some days are like that.
I think a lot of my days are like that.
I don't know about the yapping part.
A lot of talking about sewing and not enough sewing.
Balance. Balance in your sewing world.
And you don't even have to worry about getting really super close, because these have a really big embroidery stitch to cover up everything. Doing the leaves next. And it's the first time we've used the screen.
We do want to thank Stella for giving us a light that we can use and show. Is that the largest hoop that comes with that machine?
It is.
Yes. Me too, that's the fun part. Patsy's in a different boat there.
Hey, I hear you.
She's YouTubing some sewing. But the knowledge, Patsy, the knowledge is just extensive, right? Now you got so much knowledge on sewing.
And we have 3 little leaves.
They're happy little leaves.
They're happy little leaves. It's great. They kind of look like moons. Let's stick those down there. And tack those down, and then we're going to get to go embroidery. To go. But I have to trim them first, but it's all good.
Giveaway tonight?
We do.
I got you.
This is a great one. This is not going to be a giveaway.
Try to slow down on the YouTube videos. Sometimes that's hard to do.
Okay, we have, I can't believe the price on this. This seems like unbelievably low. So, Holiday Fabrics came in, and I don't know if you can see it. This is a beautiful little quilt. It's not little. It's 68 by 68, but we don't really want giant holiday quilts. They're more for decoration. Price on this kit is $117.99 if you want one of these. Look at all the fabulous. Pretty.
It's got some really good fabrics in it.
Comment Christmas Joy. What did you say?
I said comment, make it mine.
Make it mine, Christmas Joy.
I always do.
And I love the trees. The trees are so cute.
So I think Kathy was out. She had a comment on our question there for you, Joan.
Okay.
This is the new machine Bernina just came out with. So yes, this is the 990. And we just got this not too long ago.
Yep.
Dana, welcome to the show there. And very soon, we're less than 3 weeks away, Brothers are going to have a new one out there for us as well. So we're looking forward to that also.
Yep.
Let's see. Things we can tell you about it.
All right, one of the things that I love is the jumbo stitches.
Okay.
I know everybody's probably talking about the camera, being able to scan your embroidery area. We're not going to do that on this show, especially with this hoop, because it takes a minute to do it, but you can scan your embroidery and get perfect placement. I like the jumbo stitches.
This tip, Joan, we really got to have to put this on. So Patsy and Linda were talking about how they could get away from the YouTube or cut down their YouTube videos. So Linda's suggestion here is she's been turning the laptop toward her sewing machine, and that helps so the stupid ads start playing.
Yes. I usually watch Netflix or Prime, and I'll put on a series. Right now I'm watching the original Twin Peaks, which is kind of weird. And I was in that age group when that came out in the 90s. I was like 20, 21, somewhere in there. And so what? Oh, yeah, because I'm looking at you. Well, it's kind of hard to talk to a camera. When Robert's standing right there, now he's standing behind me. You can see him making fun of me. So I was watching this, and I'm still trying to figure out what it was that appealed to me about this show, because it's really not that relevant to me anymore, but I'm still watching it just because it's background noise for me while I'm sewing. And I was going through my sewing room and I found a project and I'm like, wow, why did I bag this up and put it away? Because this looks really super cute, and now I have new ideas for it, but not a lot of time to work on it. So I don't know if that's your case, but sometimes that happens to me.
Or you get an old project out and then you kind of re-engineer it, or you're going back through, you'd like to do something different with it than the original idea, or talk more about that.
Well, so it is the 6-inch crazy quilt block from AccuQuilt. So, and I have all the blocks pieced. There's like 32 of them. I don't know why there's 32. It doesn't work anywhere in quilting for, you know, I can either have 30 or I could have 36, but 32, no.
Maybe
but I'm
four
gonna
of them
make
got
it work.
chopped off.
I don't know. I just have 32 blocks, and so I'm gonna make it work. And so then I had a whole bunch out of the same fabric. I had a whole bunch of half square triangles. I'm like, well, those are boring. And so I just turned them, and now I'm making quarter square triangles. And so yeah, I don't really have a plan yet, but I feel a plan in motion.
Very cool.
So it should be good. And now we're sewing the leaves, and this is why I load the green.
Yeah.
This machine is so quiet. That's another one of my favorite things about it.
And you're going about, what, half speed or so, roughly?
No, we've talked about this a couple of times. So when the machine is sewing, like the embroidery hoop is moving directly this way, the machine is going to sew at its slowest speed. So I wish people who design embroidery designs would take that into account, because you actually, when you're doing digitizing, you actually determine what direction the hoop is going to move when you are creating your embroidery stitches. And so it doesn't tell me how fast it's sewing right now, but if it were sewing at a diagonal like this across the hoop, it would sew much faster. So not just the Bernina, even my industrial multi-needle machine at home will slow down when it is sewing just forward and back like this. But diagonal, it speeds up quite a bit. So if you're a digitizer out there and you're listening to this, always go angles with the 45-degree angle, because that's how the machine sews its fastest. And if you do digitizing, it's just good knowledge to have in your back pocket. So Kathy's excited about the new brother. Anybody else?
It's going to be interesting to see what the features are. We don't know.
We do know some of them, but we can't tell you. Like it's a big secret right now.
It is.
This is going to be a pretty block. I think we're going to run out of time.
We are. Looks like.
We have 10 minutes though.
We got 10 minutes, yeah.
So let me show you the kits again. Comment, make it mine. Flurry's quilt. This is $174.90. It's $175. Comment, make it mine. Beautiful colors in the batiks. So, and then Christmas Joy. This is going to be such a pretty quilt. Color of the month, to honor our Coast Guard, is very dark navy. It is color number 2785. Next month is the Marine Corps. No, it's not. November is Marine Corps. Thread Club If you're not in the thread club, it's $20 to join. You get this wonderful, let me do my Hispana here, thread box to store all of your thread, and then all of your Aerofill thread is 20% off. Shall we do our giveaway?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is an embroidery project, but it can be finished with a sewing machine too. This is Kimber Bell's Buffalo Check Tote, and it's kind of a gray. This is left over from one of our classes. They have the sides. They're all sewn together, but the sides of the tote are open, so they haven't been sewn together. So if you have an embroidery machine, you can embroider whatever you want. You know, Joan sews every Tuesday night. Just throwing that out there as a suggestion.
Yeah, there's nothing like an idea, right?
You don't have to put that on there, but you know.
Have to put that on there.
You don't have to put it on there. Yeah. So you can embroidery on it, you can applique on it, but one lucky person is going to get this today. And it'll be fun. It's 17 by 15, so it's a decent size. Oh, congratulations, Sherry Jeffrey. You are Cheryl, I'm sorry. You are the winner. So if you have not shopped with us before, please go to quiltershq.com and register for Joan Sews, so that we can get this to you. We'll have your address and everything. So,
got any specials? Going to be going some specials on cover stitches or trade-ins. We're going to have a lot of that going on this week. So, we do.
Yes, we
have some
do.
specials on cover stitches.
Cover stitch is a great machine. Juki makes a great one.
So, what do you need a cover stitch for?
Okay, the difference between sergers and cover stitch. I only have a serger at home because I don't do clothing, and so think of the difference between the two machines as one is assembly and one is finishing. So you assemble your garments or construction or quilts. You can actually piece with your serger if you're a quilter. So a serger is for assembly, and let's borrow Robert. Come over here. No, we don't want all of you. We just want your sleeve. And this, the finishing portion, this is what a cover stitch does. So, cover stitch is nice to have if you're doing garment construction because you can do a chain stitch with it. So, those stitches will come out. It's only one thread. It just makes a loop, you know, like the chain stitch that we do. And you can do your garment fitting with that, and if it doesn't work, you can just pull those stitches out, do it again until you get the perfect fit, and then go ahead and then serge your garment complete, and then finish your hems with the cover stitch. You can do embellishment with a cover stitch machine. So if you have some, you know, 2 glasses of wine fabric that you're like, I don't know why I bought this, you know, you can embellish, use that chain stitch or any of your decorative stitches with the cover stitch to make that fabric better, more appealing. So lots and lots and lots of uses for your cover stitch machine. So you don't have to be a garment maker. You can use for all kinds of uses. Matter of fact, if a crafter came in and said, hey, I want to do home deck and projects for my home, I would sell them a serger cover combo machine because that would work best for them, or a serger and a cover stitch because it's nice to have both. You always have your serger threaded for serging and your cover stitch threaded for cover stitch.
Sure.
So I like 2 over 1, but
Stephanie said November 10th.
Yep, November 10th.
Corps there, so.
Yeah, that one I do know. I've been to a couple of Marine Corps balls. Birthday balls. It's a big party. And it's fortunate that Veterans Day is always the day after because it never fails. You have a hangover.
Oops.
Well, you're young, right? You're young when you're in the military, and you're just gonna, you know,
Kitty said just a few.
party. Kitty was a Marine too, or is. No former Marines. We're all just, you know, Marines doing something else right now. So, are we ready to wrap up? We got 2 minutes, and we're not gonna be able to finish. I'm gonna leave it here. And 32 minutes on the
32,000 stitches.
Yeah, we'll have to do one of these.
To probably run that tomorrow.
I am going to run it tomorrow. I'm just going to leave it here in this mode. Oh, here's a good, we're going to stop.
990 feature?
990 feature.
It's a 990 feature?
No, this is a tip. This is a universal tip.
Gotcha.
So you're going to grab your ink pen. I'm going to wait till it gets up to, all right, perfect stop. When it's doing a running stitch like that, because we don't really care because it's going to embroider over that, I'm going to cut. And then I am on stitch 1,235, 10,235. And I am just going to write that. Woo! Sorry about the earthquake. Right there on my stabilizer, so that when I turn my machine off, good catch. Catherine wins the trophy today.
The Olympic gold medal for catching.
I was thinking the Heisman.
Okay.
Because it went like a football. So just write your stitch on your stabilizer. Ooh, weird. Write your stitch on your stabilizer. That way when you, I'm going to take my hoop. Well, I'm going to cut first.
You did cut.
Okay. Take my hoop out.
Always forget to mark my stitches.
And then just power down. And so that's a good way to remember where you left off. Just write it on your stabilizer. You're going to throw it away anyway. So that way, Bernina has a very nice feature where you can click, load that design, click stitch, and go to that stitch. Because my industrial machine at home, it's like a button and you have to fast forward through it.
It's so hard to get it exact.
You can go to different colors, but once you get to that color, then, you know, if there's 10,000 stitches in that color, it is. You can go by 100 stitches, but that's it. So anyway, as always, thank you for joining us tonight. Before you bring your machine in for a spa day, be sure and check your thread path. Make sure it's threaded right. If you have a machine that has the automatic needle threader, if it does not thread on the first try, you don't have your machine threaded right. Rethread the whole thing. Oil your hook and change your needle.
Needles are cheap.
Needles are cheap. This machine costs a lot more than a pack of needles. So
You'll never get a badge of honor for keeping your needle in there forever.
no doubt.
You will get one